What's up, happy people, and welcome to another Albion Online Hardcore Expedition tutorial video. And today, we're talking about Lurking 15. I'm going to show you guys my rotation on how I run this dungeon without dying, and also a safer run for everyone and also for the DPS. So hope you enjoyed this. And so for this first part, with the rats, you can just lure the rats directly to the archer, or you can just root all these rats together and then kill the archer singly. Alright, and then just take the aggro of the archer. Make sure to activate the Breach Watch Cape, so it will reduce the normal damage of this archer. And then, so for this part guys, this is also the part where you need to lure the rats on that scorpion mob. Just make sure to be careful, because there's also a patrolling archer in there, and once you lure those rats, the patrolling archer might get lured also. So make sure that the archer is not on that area. Okay? So just wait. And for this video, I think we have a hard time. We have a long time waiting for these rats. So just wait. Alright, there's a one rat. Alright, successful. So guys, if you want to know the safe spot of this rat, you can just wait for a rat to go on this post. Yep, where I'm near, up to the other post. No. Yeah, there are rats that goes to this area, so you can just throw poison on them, or you can just walk through that below those stairs, so you can lure the rats. Just be careful not to lure the scorpion, because if you don't know how to deal with the scorpion, it will really kill you. And for this part, just wait for the other patrolling archer to be near to the second archer, so you can stun them together, and then establish your aggro. So the rotation I'm doing here is that I'm going to wait for this archer to throw the poison and also that arrow, and then before it reach the end of the casting time, I will activate my Breach Watch Cape. And then after the Breach Watch Cape, my armor. And after those two rotation, you will automatically have your stun. And if none, you can still use your royal shoes. So those three skills can give you already the cooldown for your E skill. Okay? And then after that one, after establishing your aggro, you can just root these archers and then move back. So the healer will have time healing the DPS with the poison. So for this part also guys, I'm going to show you how to lure two archers at the same time. So just clear those three rats, and then move in this area and then throw poison to that rat. Just make sure not to lure those rats beside this first archer, okay? Because once you lure those rats, the archer will automatically be lured. So you might die, and you might not be able to lure the second archer. So be careful for that part. So casting, activate your Breach Watch Cape, and then when the Breach Watch Cape is gone, activate your armor. And then after the armor, see guys, this is what I'm talking to you. I still don't have the cooldown of my E skill, so I use my royal shoes to dodge the normal attack, and then root and then move away. So that's it. Moving away in this part is really good, so the DPS, so the healer can heal the DPS who take the poison arrow, and then just wait for the duration of the root. Alright, and then for this part guys, it's still tricky because you're avoiding one archer and the scorpion. So if the scorpion is already in this area, you can just move in this area and then lure all the rats in here, kill it, and then there will be another rat beside this archer. So you can just stand here and wait for that rat to be lured. Okay? And then for this next part, yeah. And also a tip, guys. For the there will be time that the COVID will be near also to that single rat that we need to lure without luring the archer. So be careful not to lure the rat if the COVID monster is near to it. Okay? Because it will automatically be aggroed also. And also, when dwelling with the COVID monsters, make sure to face the opposite direction of the DPS. Okay? And for this part, guys, I'm going to wait for the other patrolling COVID monster so we can kill them at the same time. I mean, if you have the perfect timing, the two you can easily get those two COVID mob without wasting so much time. But in this part, we lose so much time waiting for the COVID, but it will still save us time instead of killing single COVID at a time. Okay? So just wait. So once the COVID's in there, just take the sides and then aggro them all, and then stun, and then establish your aggro, and then root, so that the skeletons will not take so much damage, will not give you so much damage. Okay? As I said, take the opposite direction when you're going to lure those COVID mobs, so the DPS will not die. That's it. I mean, you can use your royal shoes and your soldier helmet if you can't dodge the spray, that skill via just walking. But some people have some really good reflexes or good internet also, so they can just avoid that skill by just walking. And also for this part, guys, I don't like to clear this mini boss at all because it's messy. The counting of this mini boss compared to boss is different. So I really like to avoid them, so the party won't suffer, because this mini boss have a skill that jumps toward random players, and once it jump, it will automatically produce a damage, and it also have a spit, where it will spit a skill and will leave a skill on the floor, and it will produce a lot of damage and might kill your DPS. So it only gives around 50,000 plus of silver. So why waste one death worth of 100k for a 50k silver, right? So for this part, guys, I'm just going to lure the skeletons with the swordsman guy. So if you guys are asking why I'm not luring it directly to the archer, because there might come a time that you might lose the aggro for those skeletons that is beside the area of the mini boss, and it might kill your DPS. So that's why I prefer killing the skeleton first and that swordsman alone. And then for this part, guys, just wait for this patrolling swordsman to be near to this archer, so you can drag them all together and the DPS can kill them at the same time. And after this one, guys, you can just directly go to the chest, or you can pull another set of mob on the other room. And then when the swordsman on that other room, when the archer on that other room is dead, you can just go grab the swordsman mob towards the chest area where there's also a swordsman mob. So you can kill them at the same time without waiting for that other swordsman that you lured first to be killed. So in this part, guys, I'm just going to throw poison to one skeleton that is away from that scorpion mob. So when I say away, make sure to throw poison skeleton who is nearest to the left side stairs. Okay? Don't throw it in the middle because there might be a bad thing might happen that you might lure the other archer and also the scorpion, and it will be four big mobs, and it will be really hard for you to handle it, especially with the scorpion that can pull your DPS. So this is what I'm telling you guys a while ago. When the archer is dead, you just activate the skill and then go to the chest area dragging that swordsman. So why do I activate the skill first? Because if that swordsman doesn't activate the skill, it will activate its skill on the tunnel, and one of your DPS might be walking with you or the healer, and it might get hit by the skill and it will be sure dead. So for the next part, it will be another room for the mini boss. Uh, but again, I don't prefer killing the mini boss, so I'm just going to lure a certain number of skeletons in there because I really prefer doing one skip only in lurking. I don't prefer doing two skips because it wastes time without gaining anything. I mean, if you did one skip, you can gain fame and silver instead of none, right? So just be careful, especially for the DPS. Do not exceed the skills below the stairs because it might lure the mini boss and it will be really messy. And for this next part, guys, for the swordsman and the archer, I really prefer just walking in instead of throwing poison, but I will stun them away from that side, because if you stay on that side, you might be able to lure the Covet that is patrolling. As you can see, there's a Covet that's patrolling on that area. Yep, guys, that's the thing that I'm pertaining, that you might lure it accidentally and it will be really messy, and worst, it might wipe the party. So for this next group of mobs, guys, with the two Covet, as you can see, there are two patrolling Covets. So make sure to reset this Covet near to you whenever that second Covet is on that area where the swordsman is standing. Okay? As you can see, this is the first Covet that I'm pertaining. Yeah. So when the second Covet is near to this area where the swordsman is standing, make sure to reset this first Covet so you can kill them all three together. Alright, as you can see, perfect timing, right? They will be all there stuck together. So you can just stand them all together. Alright? Then activate your Breach Watch Cape and also your armor to secure your health. And then dodge it. And once the spray is over, you can just easily root them all together. Okay? And then just wait for the root to be over, and then you can stun them all three. And then you can just root them again. And after this part, you can skip it now directly to the boss. As you can see, I have an extra 8.3 excellent guardian armor. Yeah, it's for the taunt because I might experience another bag, and for this boss you really need the taunt. So for the skill for this boss is Amaze with the silent and an interrupt W1 and a Q3 skill. Q3 means it's the silence. Yep. And a taunt. So you need those three skills for interrupting the spit of this boss. And I'm going to show you guys how I count the spit for this boss. But first, let's dwell with the 3 Covet left in this boss area. So as you can see guys, we already skipped. If everyone skip properly, we'll be here in the boss 10 minutes. So it's really a good run. And you can just fast forward while waiting for the healer. So the healer is here and your boots is up. You're ready to lure. Just lure those two Covet and then stand them together so you can establish your aggro, and the speed will not hit the side of the DPS. And then after the speed, you can just root them and then take the aggro again. So the speed will not be on the DPS area. Same thing with the single Covet. I don't know guys, but I saw one player when I was a DPS. He lured 3 of this Covet in 15. I already forgot how he did it because I still don't like tanking before. I'm too fan of a blazing stuff during those times, so I don't mind those kind of pull, but now I appreciate it. Wish I can watch him again tank this dungeon. I think the name of that tank is Brutus. So for this boss guys, make sure to change the taunt, mace, and the shield. You don't need the other offhand in here. You need damage reduction to tank the normal attack of the boss. So just throw poison, and then after 3 hits it will activate the first spray. 3 spray. And then after that spray, there will be 1, 2, and then throw your silence after the second normal attack. So on the third normal attack, it will activate its first spit. And for the second spit, after 6 normal attacks after the first spit. So I'm going to show you guys the counting after the spray. So spray, taunt, 1, 2, activate your Q, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, interrupt, 1, again, 1, 2, make sure guys that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, interrupt. So guys, there will be time also, just like what happened a while ago, this Covet monster will not show the animation of its normal attack, and it will confuse you. I mean, in the first speed it will be easy to predict, but for the second speed there will be time that I'm also missing that skill. So it's the DPS job to always evade, even though you can interrupt it. Okay, it's their job to evade that skill. You're just giving them a safety that spit will not be on the floor. See, guys, the COVID stopped, the mob stopped, and the counting is gone. I use my interrupt before he spits because I thought it's already considered as one normal attack. So for the last one, 1, 2, activate your Q. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, interrupt. So that's how I count that COVID monster, guys. This is also applicable in every level. So hope you enjoyed this and you learn a thing or two. Hope to see you guys on my next video. See ya!